know what? Something big's coming.
I give you full permission to kill me today.
The movie starts by showing a house, where some strange activities are happening. Then we see a man named Jacob dragging her wife 𝐀𝐋𝐿 away and the bathtub is full of blood. After this, we see that Jacob is tying 𝐀𝐋𝐿's hands to the bed. He tells Damien that he will send him to hell. After which a cockroach flies on 𝐀𝐋𝐿's face, which she eats and starts laughing in demonic voice. He tells 𝐀𝐋𝐿 that he needs her permission to clear her, but Damien does not allow her to do so. But after some time 𝐀𝐿 gives him permission in her normal voice. Now Jacob starts exorcism and asks her whose body is this, to which the demon says that they were just playing with him. Jacob then commands Damien to leave her body and Damien starts roaring loudly. Damien then asks him to stop, but Jacob asks 𝐀𝐿 to fight and commands the demon to leave. We then see 𝐀𝐿 fighting with the demon and she says that it is her body and asks the demon to get out of her. Jacob then immediately pulls the demon out of her. And now we see the actual demon here, who looks at 𝐀𝐿 and then leaves. Now the next day Jacob's nephew Liam comes to their house, where he meets 𝐀𝐿. She tells him that Jacob is at Dino's workshop, but before leaving, he asks her if she is okay, on which she says that she had too much wine last night. Then he goes to Jacob, who gets very happy to see him. Here Liam asks him why 𝐀𝐿 has bandages on her hands, on which Jacob tells him that his aunt made another attempt on her life again last night. He clears the demons from her body every time, but after a few weeks they attack her again, and it is getting stronger. Jacob then tells him they have to do another clearing this week, to which Liam says they've never done 4 clearings in a month before. Jacob says that he is getting this feeling that something very bad is going to happen soon. He then tells him not to worry about him and his aunt, and tells his girlfriend Atalie his hello and that he wants to meet her soon. Next, Liam meets Atalie at a club where she works as a DJ. Here her friend Nadine is also there who is recording Atalie. After some time, Atalie takes a drink, after which everything starts to blur out, and then she sees that a cloud of black smoke enters inside a girl. The girl then starts behaving strangely, due to which the bouncers throw her out of the club. But during this, the demon gets transferred inside another man. That man then collides with another man, and the demon now gets transferred inside that man. Then the man bumps into another man and starts beating him, and while the bouncers are taking him out, demon comes out of him as well. After this Atalie sees that demon is moving toward her, and then he takes off his hood. Then he suddenly disappears from there, due to which Atalie screams very loudly in fear. Now later, their friend Orion asks Atalie why she screamed, on which she tells them that she saw them again. Liam asks them who she is talking about, to which she tells that since she was 6 years old, she has been seeing monsters or demons. She used to live just up the road from here before she moved in with her aunt and uncle. Her dad started drinking when she was 6, and became really violent, and then once he just lost it. She was sitting on the floor in the hallway, and she saw her dad coming down the hallway and it was dark. He had her mom's hair in his hand and he was dragging her and she was screaming. When he came close enough to her, she notices it was not her dad, but a monster. Orion asks her if she still sees anyone, to which she says that she saw a demon in the club and he knew that she could see him. After that, it exploded over Orion and his friends and disappeared. Now after hearing all this, Liam says that he believes in her, and also confesses that he helps his uncle to clear the demons. They don't believe his words, on which he explains that a few months back they cleared a lady to whom a thief demon was attached. The name of that woman was 𝐂𝐿. She was a very successful businesswoman, but the problem was that she has never been able to go anywhere without stealing something. Once Jacob's former client sent 𝐂𝐿 to him where Jacob performs an exorcism on her. He takes her permission to clear her and says that she will have to tell them her full name. 𝐂𝐿 does the same, and only then the demon inside her starts showing its presence. Liam wraps the rosary beads in her hand and Jacob tells her to close her eyes and not be afraid when she hears the voices. He says he will ask her whose body it is and she has to reply it's 𝐂𝐿's body. Now Jacob starts the exorcism and the lights start flickering there, after which 𝐂𝐿 becomes completely possessed and the demon says that he is not leaving this body. Both of them keep asking her whose body it is, but demon starts abusing them and tries to free himself. Then after a while, 𝐂𝐿 says in her voice that this is 𝐂𝐿's body, and Jacob immediately pulls out the demon from inside her. Liam tells them that there has been an uptick in possession cases recently, and that he and his uncle are very worried. He suggests to Adelie that why not meet his uncle once. Adelie likes this idea very much and she gets ready to meet him tomorrow. Now the next morning Adelie goes to meet Liam and Jacob with Nadine. Nadine tells Jacob that Liam told them about his clearing, and that she is really excited to meet an exorcist. Adelie asks him when was the first time he cleared a demon for real, on which he tells that for the first time he cleared his wife Carissa's friend Angela. When he started the exorcism, the demon inside Angela started trying to seduce him. Jacob asks her to sit still and whose body it is, on which demon starts growling loudly and tries to free herself. But then Angela says that it is her body, and Jacob pulls the demon out from inside her. Now he could see the demon in front of him, but Angela could not see her. When that demon moves towards him, Jacob grabs her throat, after which the demon disappears from there. Jacob tells them that he had manifested the demon of lust named Asmodeus in his first clearing. He then says that they have to leave now. They have to attend a client in 20 minutes. Now when they reach his clinic, a man comes out of there in anger. Jacob asks his receptionist Saffron about him, to which she says his name is Martin, and that he was asking about the effing priest. But when she told him that there is no priest, he puts his number on Damien's file, left. Next, Jacob's client named Damien comes to him with his wife Helen. He asks him to sit on the chair and explains to him that he is about to give him a clearing, which will be a sort of spiritual cleansing. Then he makes him lie there and says that for his safety they will have to tie his hands. And when he will ask him his name, he will have to tell him his full name. Now he starts the exorcism and takes his permission, after which he asks his name. But only then Damien starts getting possessed and the demon inside him appears through his mouth. Jacob continues the exorcism and again asks him for his name. But the demon begins to curse Jacob's wife. Jacob gets very angry hearing this. But then Damien's hand becomes free and he grabs Jacob's throat. Liam rescues Jacob and ties up Damien's hand again. Then Helen angrily asks him whose body it is, on which Damien calms down and says in his normal voice that it is his body. And then Jacob pulls out the demon from inside him. He tells Helen that everything is fine now, and they both can leave. Now after they leave, Jacob comes out, and while reciting prayers, he asks God to help him clear his body. Then he screams loudly and the demon inside him gets buried in the ground. Later, Martin's wife Nancy calls Jacob's health center and asks Jacob if he remembers the Larson family massacre that happened 8 months ago. To which he says yes, and Nancy tells him that now they live in that house. She tells him that they need his help. Jacob asks when Martin can come back to the clinic, to which she says that she does not think that they will be able to come there, and requests him to come to her house. Jacob asks for her address and says that he will come to her house tomorrow after lunch. Now that night, Adelie hears some noise in the house, and when she comes outside to check, she sees a girl standing near the wall eating something. She thinks she is Nadine, but we see Nadine in her room, and she comes out with her camera. Outside, Adelie gets terrified to see that the girl is a horrifying demon, and she wrote on the wall in the blood that death is here. Meanwhile, Liam also comes out, but he does not see the demon. Then the demon screams and Adelie goes flying and falls on Liam. Nadine comes out and tells them that she caught her flying on her camera, after which Adelie hugs her and tells Liam that death is here. She goes near that wall and only then Orion also comes out. She tells them that it was written here in the blood that death is here. Meanwhile, Liam talks to Jacob and says that he will be there. Then he comes out and tells Adelie that he has to go, to which Adelie and Nadine say that they will also go with him. Now they all reach Martin's house where Jacob is already waiting for them. He introduces Liam to Nancy and tells her that he is his nephew and assistant. Liam introduces her to Adelie saying that she too can connect with demons. Nadine asks Nancy if she can record all this for a documentary, and Nancy gives her permission. Jacob then explains to Liam's friends that he is here to clear Martin of an evil spirit, and that a few hours earlier Martin had asked Nancy to restrain him. Meanwhile, Adelie sees someone at the window and asks Nancy if she really tied up Martin, pointing towards the window, but she tells that someone was standing there. Now Orion gets very scared after hearing all this and decides to leave from there, and all the other people go inside the house. But then he hears some scary sound there and he also comes inside running after them. Then suddenly they hear a horrifying scream from above, and Orion starts to leave again in fear, but he notices that the door is stuck. They then check all the doors of the house and all of them are stuck. Nancy says that this has never happened before. Now Jacob tells Nadine and Orion that they will stay down here, and everyone else will go upstairs with him to check on Martin. Now on their way to Martin's room, Adelie asks Jacob about the dead animal smell, to which he tells that it is the stench of demons. Nancy opens the lock of the room and Jacob tells them that they will all stay here and he will go inside and check. Now Jacob goes inside the room and sees that there is no one on the chair. Then his eyes go to Martin, who has insects flying all around and he is also injured. Jacob tries to talk to him and says that he is here to help him. Then something moves under the carpet, and when Jacob removes the carpet, he is surprised to see that there is a pentagram under it. He tries to read the words written on it and understands that it is written 𝐀𝐋𝐖𝐀𝐃𝐒. He calls Liam inside and tells him not to step inside the circle. Then he asks Nancy what is all this, to which she says that she has no idea. Jacob then tells them that this is to invoke really evil spirit. Just then Adelie sees something and tells them that she can see him behind Martin. And then Jacob also sees the demon's shadow behind him. Suddenly she goes flying back and gets locked inside a closet. Jacob and Liam try to get her out. Meanwhile, the demon haunts Adelie inside the closet. Nancy tells Liam that Martin used to keep the key on top of the closet, and they find the key there. Jacob tries to open the closet door, but in the meantime, Adelie has an encounter with Demon, who tells her that he likes her skin. But suddenly Jacob opens the door and Adelie asks them to close the door immediately. Now Jacob starts the exorcism and asks Martin what is his name, to which Demon does not say anything. Adelie then tells the demon to leave Martin alone, but Demon starts laughing, and then it comes out from inside him and leaves there. Jacob says that it will come back because it is linked to Martin, after which Martin starts asking Nancy for help. They stop her from going near him, but she says that she has to help her husband, and seeing this, Jacob asks Liam and Adelie to move out with him. Jacob then gives Liam holy water. Jacob tells them that he has never encountered such a demon before, and that what happened to Adelie was some powerful demonic activity, and that they also saw a soldier demon in there as well. Liam explains to her that soldier demons live outside the body, which can control and influence humans but cannot possess them. Now Jacob says that the previous owners of this house used to do satanic worship, and might have tried to invoke 𝐀𝐋𝐖𝐀𝐃𝐒 in this room. Larson killed his family, then killed himself, and this was a potent blood sacrifice to summon the 𝐀𝐋𝐼𝐀. Liam asks him, but why did Larson do this? And why is 𝐀𝐋𝐼𝐀𝐃 still here in this room? To which Jacob says that Larson might not have completed the ritual. Adelie asks who is 𝐀𝐋𝐼𝐀𝐃, to which Liam tells her that he is one of the most powerful demons. He is the third child out of 9 children of Satan. Now Jacob tells Liam that they must get Martin's permission for the exorcism, but they know the demon's name and this gives them power over him. On the other hand, Nadine sees Demon passing by behind Orion and tells him what she just saw. Now they turn on the torch and start looking around the room. We see Demon standing in a corner of the room watching them, but they are not able to see him. Suddenly he appears in front of Nadine, due to which she gets very scared. Then he controls Nadine and asks her to hurt Orion and she suddenly attacks him. She starts banging him on the wall, but suddenly she regains consciousness and by then Orion has fainted. Here all three come back to the room where Jacob explains to Nancy that there is a powerful demon here, and he thinks that when the previous owners tried to summon 𝐀𝐋𝐼𝐀𝐃, they would not have been able to complete the ritual, and because of that demon remained in this room. Then when Martin would have come to renovate this room, he would have discovered this pentagram and only then he would have been possessed by 𝐀𝐋𝐼𝐀𝐃. And if he clears 𝐀𝐋𝐼𝐀𝐃 from Martin and takes it inside himself, maybe he can send him back to hell. Adelie asks what will happen if he becomes free, on which Jacob says that violent crime will increase, and in the meantime, Martin starts laughing out loud in demonic voice. Just then Nadine comes there crying and they ask her where is Orion? Liam tries to calm her down, after which she tells them that she blacked out for a few seconds and when she regained consciousness, Orion was lying unconscious on the floor. Adelie immediately goes to check on Orion, and Jacob asks Liam to go with her. Now when they come downstairs, they see that Orion is eating something from the fridge. When Adelie goes to him, they find that he has become possessed and he jumps and sits on the table. Now here Liam is surprised because he was also able to see the demon, and as soon as he touches it, the demon leaves Orion's body and he falls on Liam. He makes him sit on a chair and thinks that demon has run away because of Adelie's powers. Only then do they hear a scream from above and they run back to the upstairs room, where they see that Nancy is possessed and Jacob is stuck on the wall. Liam tells Jacob that he must fight the demon and asks him to say his name, but the demon keeps his mouth shut. Martin asks Atalie to stay away from Nancy, but she tells Nancy that she can help her. Then Jacob somehow takes his name and gets released. And only then do they see that Nancy has become completely possessed and is levitating in the air. She tells Jacob that he cannot stop what's coming, and death is here for all of them. Then she screams loudly, due to which all the lights of the house start flickering and all the electronic devices turn on. She then starts bleeding and starts laughing out loud. And Jacob tells them to untie Martin. Then Orion also comes there and gets shocked to see Nancy floating, and pounces on her to knock her down. Then they all try to control her by holding her, and Jacob starts the exorcism. But she again screams loudly and starts levitating in the air. Jacob takes the name of 𝐀𝐃𝐒, to which demon asks who is 𝐀𝐃𝐒. After this, the demon starts abusing everyone. But only then Atalie puts her hand on her, causing Nancy to faint. Seeing this, Jacob tells them that they will have to take her to a place where they can keep her safe. Then they start taking her inside the pentagram. But only then she regains consciousness and starts attacking everyone. But all of them somehow manage to keep her in chains. Jacob tells everyone to come out of the pentagram and tells Atalie that when he gives the signal, she has to come inside the circle and put her hands on Nancy. Then he starts exorcism once again and asks permission from Nancy. But the demon does not allow her to do so and bows her head right in front of Jacob. After which she raises her head and gives him permission to clear her. But then the demon starts laughing out loud and starts swinging in chains. Now all the people present there start praying, and Jacob commands 𝐀𝐃𝐒 to leave Nancy's body. Atalie sprinkles holy water on her, which hurts the demon a lot, but doesn't make much difference to him. Now Jacob again starts reciting prayers, and in the meantime, Atalie again sprinkles holy water on her, due to which the demon begins getting weak and starts coming out of Nancy's body. Liam catches the demon, and only then Atalie puts her hands on Nancy, which causes an explosion and everyone falls away. Now Nancy had become completely normal, but Jacob's condition had worsened, and he stops Atalie to come near him. The demon was inside him and he runs away from there. Liam and Atalie follow him, and Liam takes off his shoes and socks. After which Jacob stands up and starts reciting prayers, asking God to help him clear himself. Then we see that demon is coming out of his body and getting absorbed in the ground, and Jacob falls down weak. But he says that something is wrong. Then Atalie points them towards the front, and they all see that demon is coming towards them. He comes close to them and starts laughing. After which he opens his wings and starts flying in the air. He thanks Jacob for the clearing, and then flies away from there. After he leaves, Jacob says that he has been doing these clearings for 20 years, and this should not have happened. Atalie says that the demon used them all, and here they understand that they have finished the ritual for the demon. Jacob says that he will have to find him, to which Liam says that they will find him together and send him back to hell. Now after 6 months, we see them all working as a team and doing clearings to find 𝐀𝐃𝐒. Just then Liam gets a call from Saffron, and they all head out to do another clearing. Please like and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon never to miss new video updates. Thanks for watching.